It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast. With Kyle.
When is it okay to throw your kid's piece of artwork away?
Huh. Okay. This is a hypothetical from a friend submitted on our advice line.
I gotta tell you, some kids might have the gene, some kids might not. And Reed simply does not.
And Steve.
All right, so in celebration of Earth Day, today my daughter and I will go out in the backyard, walk amongst the trees, we'll put little ribbons around them as a marker of the ones I'm going to cut down. Because there are too many of them, and a lot of them are struggling and dead.
Now, here they are, two guys who are living in style, Steve and Kyle.
Thank you, Melissa. Melissa Vaughn.
Nothing screams celebration of Earth's existence and the breath of life that it breathes into our souls like assisted tree euthanasia.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was
when you put it that way, it makes me feel... No, never mind. No, it doesn't make me feel bad.
I'm sure that was a lovely bonding moment that Annette undoubtedly got images from as you and Evelyn held hands, skipped into your jungle of trees, tied yellow ribbons around, and then you gave the exaggerated hand signals of this one, and then chainsaw as you were going to cut it down so Evelyn understood that she was assisting Daddy in the slaughter of innocent dead trees.
Yeah, well. We just got too many of them. It's too many leaves. It's good for nature to thin the herd.
Survival of the fittest. That's what.
Is it good for nature to thin the tree herd? Maybe that's the first poll of the week. Find those polls at Steve and Kyle on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're onto something. Maybe you're the one changing the Earth game at this stage in its existence as we move forward.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back. Another week here on the Steve and Kyle podcast. A lot to get to. We had gotten a message, I think, from our friend Jeff Green, who was the fathead bearer.
That's right.
At the Northeast Pennsylvania side gig live show.
The Wilkes-Barre area.
And he said that something was on its way to be delivered to the P.O. box.
That's right.
So I picked it up. I'm assuming that it's from him. He was the one who messaged. I picked up something earlier in the week. And then someone else sent a message.
Yeah, I want to say that was our friend Will Egan. Who has sent us items in the past. Will, I apologize for forgetting what it was. I know we've probably had this exact same back and forth about it. But yes, Will Egan sent us something as well. And it's weird, though. I only see the one package.
That's on me. Because I saw his message maybe 3 days ago. And he said, hey, I just want to make sure that you guys got it. And I said, I'm sure it's there. I just haven't been over to the P.O. box since the beginning of the week. But I'm going to try and get over there in the next day or two to pick it up. So fast forward to this morning, I woke up and Annette had made a bunch of products last night that she had to ship out. And it was a little bit too much to just put in the mailbox for the end of the driveway warriors.
Well, you didn't exactly go for the upgraded mailbox size either.
No.
That is an option. And trust me, I know because I installed one year ago.
We got the standard size. Look, the general postmaster apparently has to approve mailboxes. Big part of the job.
I feel like the general postmaster, when he's driving around town and he sees one of those oversized, he nods to himself like I did, like job well done. I did it. I approved that. And somebody bought the oversized one. They're better mail utilizers than that idiot Steve over on the Zach, who's schlubbing himself to the post office himself twice a week to drop off bundles of garbage to ship off to idiots around the country. Apologies to anybody who's bought Annette stuff.
Sure, yeah. No offense.
No offense. You're not that idiot buying garbage. It's the other one.
So if the general postmaster is driving through town and he sees an oversized one that's not approved, he just throws it in reverse, then cranks it down into drive and runs it over. Right?
I think he's thrilled.
He's definitely well within his rights to do that.
He can do whatever. I mean, I feel like when he sees a mailbox in crappy condition, he's embarrassed as general postmaster that he then mows those down. So the ones that are already leaning, being held up by whatever, and like a phone book had fallen on the ground loosely next to it, and nobody ever picked it up, that brings him great shame.
Well, you don't get to the highest office in the land by being a pushover.
No.
You get to the highest office in the land by ruling with an iron fist.
Yes.
If you see a mailbox that is out of spec, not approved, bam, running it down.
He's the guy, and I think everybody has that neighbor where you're probably okay with however many neighbors you can see. Let's say 90% can see you, and you decide to build whatever, a little addition on your deck, maybe a gazebo, whatever you feel like in your yard.
Yeah.
And you're okay. But then there's one neighbor who immediately drives around, looks to see if you have a permit in your front window, and then calls the county or the city, township, whatever. That person turns into the general postmaster.
Yeah.
That's the evolution. Because he is no doubt...
They play by the rules.
Yeah, he's no doubt measuring distance to the road for your mailbox if he thinks it's a little bit off kilter.
Yeah, side yard setbacks and things like that if you put in a new shed or a swimming pool.
But like you said, you don't get to be the right hand of the President of the United States with lackadaisical postmastering efforts.
So yeah, I headed out this morning. I was going to drop off the packages that my wife had to mail out, and two birds with one stone. I'd stop at the P.O. box. So I walked in the door. I dumped all her stuff in the outgoing bin, walked over to the P.O. box, P.O. Box 371.
A lot of overtime getters there today.
I heard it. Look, the post office was abuzz with activity. I could hear them beyond the wall.
A lot of post office goss.
Lots of shuffling. Lots of like, hey, you hear about the new zip codes?
That's right. They're splitting it up. It's going to be a 7 and an 8 on the end. Can't believe it,
right? New development going up off Main Street. Lots of new addresses coming our way. Reaching in my pocket, grabbed the keys, went to open up the P.O. box and realized, I don't know why, but my P.O. box key was no longer on my key ring.
Oh.
I think it's because my key ring had broken.
Okay.
And so yeah. So there I stood.
You didn't shout for our friend Josh Reed?
I thought of it. Honestly, I thought of just kind of saying, hello? Hello?
It would have been better if you personalized it because you felt bad. You're not bothering people who obviously their Saturday work is not person forward.
Right.
So they're okay with it. It's granted, maybe they don't want to work Saturday, but still, in the scheme of things, it's better than having to line out the door.
I mean, you know that
Grandma Gert trying to send off a 40-pound package of molasses to her grandnephew in Malaysia.
Well, you know that they're getting quad holiday pay for being in on a Saturday.
Right. And it is a holiday. Look at a calendar, throw a dart.
There's something.
Federal holiday. You've hit it.
Yeah, something is going on today. So I thought of doing the, hello? Can anybody tell me if anything's in box 371? Because I'm positive that there's something in there. But I know that if I had done that, I would have heard the murmur just stop immediately.
Yeah. Everybody, if we don't move, they can't see us.
Yeah. Yes, because I'm a raptor from Jurassic Park.
This is now the T-Rex syndrome.
Yeah, my vision and my hearing are based on movement. But I didn't. So, we apologize, but hopefully whatever is in the P.O. box is not perishable items. Like, hopefully you didn't just send us a couple of oranges, because that would be a sad state of affairs when we're sitting here 1 week from today opening our moldy oranges.
On a lot of ends, because a couple oranges is a really gift.
Yeah, it's not great, Will. I don't know why you would have sent us oranges.
Honestly. At what point have we ever made it seem like we want oranges, Will? I kind of view you, though, because I think most people are the same way in this regard, that if you had gone through with the inconveniencing factor, now you didn't.
Yeah, which I don't want to do. I don't like inconveniencing anybody.
Right. But if you had, you always feel apologetic. But after a while, they don't want to hear it because in the scheme of things, grabbing a key, verifying identity to unlock a box for 90 seconds is what it is. Like, obviously they were busy. This is, in the scheme of things, minor.
I thought that the desk would be open.
Yeah.
I thought they had a couple hours on Saturday morning where the desk was open.
Right. Maybe. I'm not familiar.
I was there before. It was like 8:45, so
Yeah.
maybe it opened at 9. I don't know, but the barn door was still pulled shut because I've done that before where I've walked up and said, "Hey, I forgot my key. Can you check 371?"
I thought you were about to say you've done that before you've walked in. You've rattled the cage.
Hello?
Open up! I wouldn't know. See, I don't know how long they're open on Saturdays because it is 2022, and I don't do any face-to-face interactions if I can avoid it with any employees of any institution.
Yeah.
Everything is pick up, drop off, leave on the
yeah.
porch. I want no interaction with you.
The only time that I go is when I know that there's something in the P.O. box.
Right.
But I just, I dropped the ball on this one, so I apologize. But, I mean, since we are talking about it, should we just get to an early viewer mail time?
Yeah, I did want to ask you, though, first.
Typically we do this later.
This is, sometimes I get excited. Like, I don't know why.
I always get excited.
It's a different shape.
Yeah.
Right?
I know.
Like,
it's not a...
This is a square.
Like, it's not just an envelope.
It is directly from Amazon.
Okay.
One of the many fulfillment centers. So thank you to our friends in Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh,
on Trade Street.
Beautiful town.
No doubt grinding away on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're the same way as me because I was talking about that inconvenience factor. So you don't want to, but let's say you really wanted to get you thought about it. I'll come back to the P.O. box, but then the more you thought about it, you think, well, what if it is a perishable? Maybe I'll get it. They'll give me a key. No big deal.
Yeah.
But the whole time you feel like crap. So you've inconvenienced someone. So
I don't enjoy it. Yeah.
I think we need to start. Name dropping.
You think?
I think you go. Really sorry about this. Maybe next time make Josh Reed work the Saturday. Don't worry.
So it's like
don't worry. We know.
So it's like a little ball busting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they go, okay. He's one of us because they don't really know you.
Yeah.
That you are an anti-end of the driveway warrior.
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't want to reveal that because no matter how much I despise every employee there, I still need them from time to time.
Yeah. You don't want that guy to come around the corner, look at your UPS or your DHL shirt.
Yeah. I always wear my pro DHL attire.
And then take the key, go, oh, is this your box? 371? Put it in and snap it in half. And then go, oops, sorry. Maintenance will be here in 7 to 10 business days to unlock your P.O. box.
Yeah.
So I think we need to get that in with you.
Okay.
So that way, maybe next time you're there, you forget the key. You're like, oh, man, I forgot the key. But then again, you just drop in the... usually they make Josh Reed do this. You know Josh, and then you inevitably get the stone stare.
Or maybe say like man, I really readed this one this week.
Because he's an idiot.
Apologies to Josh.
No offense.
No offense at all.
But yes, let's do an There was an item there.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Shouldn't have smacked it like that. Don't know what's in it.
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
Jury's still out. Is that Sally age 14 or Sally H 14?
Yeah, that's... I don't know if we'll ever know outside of us.
I think Sally age 14.
We need to get the guy who voiced that.
Right, yeah, we're still efforting that.
Yeah, boy, we've got a long list of people we need to get on this podcast.
All right, so let's dig right in.
I don't need it, though, Steve. You know why? Listen,
you,
my friends at the Fulfillment Center on Trade Street in Lexington, Kentucky, knew what I needed. And they provided a nice tearaway pull.
I know, but I still... Look, we have the letter opener. We have the pen.
Everybody who tells me to support small business, start getting me easy tears. And making your prices closer to Amazon. And then I'll do it more.
And obviously the 2-day shipping.
And then you have it on my porch by Friday. Yeah. Like, obviously.
Okay.
I mean, I don't even know where to start with this because it's not a stand. Do I just stab at it with this thing? Because...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, this is good. This is efficient. That tearaway strip is for idiots anyway.
Really doing a number on your microphone this week.
Yeah, that's the second time I've nailed it. Still not used to the setup, this new studio. Yeah. I think I got it somewhat open.
Okay, what do we got?
Steve, I'll let you conclude the opening of that
boy.
because keep it away from me forever. This is a lovely gift for one of us, from our friend Jeff.
Oh, boy. Oh, black. Oh, I don't know. I think you might like it.
No.
Because it is something, it combines two of our loves.
Okay.
It is a beautiful, beautiful tin from the Harney and Sons Fine Tea Company.
Oh, okay.
Their tea blends are unique and
all
uncommon, which sounds like the same thing.
Yeah, you know why they're unique? Because they got their leaves from their ground, and other people get the leaves for their tea from their ground.
I honestly think I might go up and make
You're going to make a quick cup of tea
right now, and I think that you're going to want one as well.
No, I can promise you I don't.
You haven't even looked at the flavor
profile. It does not matter. I smelled it 2 weeks ago and drank it.
No, this is different. Teas have different flavors.
All right, pop that tin off so I can get a whiff of what this garbage is supposed to smell like.
I don't want you to see.
I think I would rather inhale diesel. Okay, the lid's back on.
Gonna be honest. It's a little offensive. Kind of smells like manure. So, you just take a...
Whale of a pitch, by the way.
Take a whiff.
No, that's not entering my faculties. It's already violated my nasal sense.
All right.
So
So now I need to reveal to you what it is because I think you might change your tune.
Based on the smell, comfortable telling you no.
When you find out that Harney and Sons Fine Teas makes a black cask bourbon tea. So that's what this is. Looks like mulch.
Where's the feces come into play then? Because
oh god, this smells exactly like the mulch we put in our garden last year.
Yeah, so eat your garden. Drink it, sorry.
It smells like a carnival. That's the best description I can give.
I will put that on the poll. Smells like a carnival, an intriguing flavor profile, because I'm comfortable telling you.
I can't stop smelling it.
Is Annette gone? Is she still here? I was going to say, maybe, do you think she would whip you up a quick mug of that to try?
Oh, absolutely.
Tell her to get the water brewing, and maybe you can, by the end of the episode, you can give us the review
oh my God.
of this carnival / manure.
It's offensive.
Yeah. Yeah, to people who like tea, I think less of you now than I did even 2 weeks ago when I tasted that garbage for the first time.
No offense.
No offense. Yeah, obviously.
Thank you very much for the.
A lovely idea of a gift. Thank you, Jeff.
It's a beautiful. I mean, look, I'm going to be able to utilize this little tin for like nuts and bolts out in the
I was going to say, I'm looking around. Is there anything we need to keep our garbage in here, or do we have any trinkets that we need to? I mean, we could use it as our money jar.
Oh, that's true.
Let's use that as our money jar. So get rid of that crap that's in there. We got here. I'll hold up the trash can.
Hold on. First, we need to go to. Can you go to Amazon real quick and pull up?
Do you want to read the reviews?
Well, I want to at least see how much he paid for it first.
Oh, that's rude.
Well, if it's only like $2, then I'm not going to feel bad dumping it out.
Well, I think we should feel bad about dumping it out anyway.
I mean, we're not going to...
I am against dumping it out in full before you try it.
By the way, I think that there's a dent in it from where
so you should be getting
where you struck it.
All right, so smack that thing pretty
Harney,
good.
Harney, and Sons.
Harney and Sons Black Cask Bourbon Tea. Already got it, Steve.
All right. In a 20 sachets?
Boy, this is among the rudest things we've ever done. Ever. I'm not doing this. I'm not looking up how much somebody spent on a gift to send to us to determine if we could throw it away while we're recording. Like, even me, the worst of the worst. At this point, I have to step in somewhat and say...
This is weird. It's like a role reversal
I am not comfortable. The man who just held an enlarged image of my mouth agape face at a live program in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and with his own dollars is about to, if he hasn't already, shipped off that fathead to some other unsuspecting idiot to hold that at a next live show. Oh, we are now going to discuss how much he spent on us and if we can throw away his gift before trying it.
It's weird. This actually has like a rating system on it, on a scale of 0 to 5 for briskness, body, and aroma.
Okay.
So they brew this, or they make this, and then they rank it themselves.
Oh, okay.
Would you send out anything less than
No.
5 on?
Like, honestly, you're now the 5th dentist, and you're the 4 out of 5 dentist.
This is only a 2 in briskness and a 2 in body. You're getting better with aroma. That's a 4 out of 5.
Yeah. If we're not going to do it today, I do think we keep it. And, I'd be willing to give that garbage a sip next week if you have yourself a mug.
That's happening this week.
Okay.
It's going to happen this week.
Because, I would give it a taste.
Jeff, thank you very much. I'm going to be honest. My expectations are low because of the smell.
Right.
Because it's a sensory thing.
Which is all the more shocking to me, seeing as I smelled the tea you gave me 2 weeks ago. And it honestly, my comparison at that point was a compost pile. That's exactly what it smelled like to me.
And that, I'm telling you, go to any, like, it's springtime. Chances are you're going to be ordering some mulch that gets dropped off in your driveway. Mm-hmm. This smells exactly like the dark mulch, like the black mulch.
Okay.
Just like it.
You can't smell the bourbon. I don't doubt that it was.
I wonder if Jeff simply tried to find some. I wonder if he likes this.
I bet he typed in bourbon tea.
Or
two things that we like.
He probably typed in tea that tastes like bourbon because he wanted to combine. He wanted to unite us.
Yeah, like a very good man, a fine listener who again
wonderful
moments
man,
ago,
and his wonderful wife.
Yep, who again moments ago we were about to price check while recording, and then throw it away while talking. In one of two
unrelated. We were simply going to price check, and as we walk down this meandering road, possibly base our next actions on that price.
One of, if not the most rude things we would have done on this podcast. But anyway, gifts, stickers, all welcome at the P.O. Box. The address for that is in the show notes of this episode, or you can DM us.
Just know that you're getting a review.
That is part of the deal, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you're sending us gifts, we don't ask you to tell us what the gift is. We don't want to know. We prefer the Sally H or H14 to keep us on our toes as we open it live. Mm-hmm. But just so you know, apparently No Filter Steve was here today.
Yeah, we definitely... today was... remember, though, before we started recording, we said, you do everything I normally do, and I'll do everything you normally do.
That's right. Well, those yahoos who took over our podcast one time before to do Apples to Apples, that was a real strange listen, because you don't expect those two people in this room to be acting like that. Yeah. We are going to move on. I did want to mention something I have going on today, but before we get too far, we have neglected for a while, and I need to give you an update. It's a sad update, just so you know. Oh, no. Anybody who listens, one of the friends of this podcast over the years, Steve, has been our friend in Portland, Maine, Nikki Constantine.
Yes.
Has some artwork even up on our shop, a few things.
Nikki was one of the many people. Her and her daughter came to Boston when we were there 5 years ago. Yeah, it was
2017 because I was off of my Achilles in 2017.
Walked around Boston with her and a group of people for about 12 hours.
Yeah, did not like cannoli, which was the biggest upset of the day.
That's the only offensive thing. That is the only, everybody has a list of pros and cons.
Right.
And Nikki's list of pros is long.
Yeah.
She is a wonderful person.
Right.
But in the cons category, in the cons column, just one small check. Does not like cannoli. Stunning upset.
Just stunning.
Like you said.
Years ago.
Yeah, a great friend of this podcast.
Years ago, and I don't excuse me for not remembering the same year, she purchased 2 goats.
Yes. Yeah.
And
oh god, wasn't one of them Winston?
Winston and Thatcher were the names. And you and I were blessed with they were named after us.
Right.
Their middle names were Steve and Kyle, and I forget which one had which. So I am sad to report though today, Steve, that as of this past week, Both of those goats have unexpectedly and sadly passed away.
Oh, no.
So I wanted to give our condolences to our friend Nikki, because that's
terrible.
Incredibly hard.
Oh, no.
People know I'm a big dog guy, a big animal guy in general. So everybody's gone through that, having to put an animal down or watching them go. That's terrible. I was weeping like a child Friday morning, as I watched the Sports Center from midnight the night before. Scott Van Pelt does a segment at the end of every show called One Big Thing.
Yeah, they always go viral, too.
And it's a personal essay that he wanted to do, and he had put his best friend, the dog Otis, down earlier this week. So it was a 5-minute ode to Otis.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there crying. So I understand, and again, our condolences to Nikki. That is, that's terrible. She does have a few more. She has new goats. She at one point had 3 or 4 goats. So
did she really? Wow.
The goat factory is still alive and well. They are. You can follow them too. They're on our Twitter somewhere. It's Winston Thatcher, I think, something like that on Twitter. But yeah, very popular. So again, sorry to
our
sorry to Nikki. That's
Nikki.
awful.
All right, before we move on, we want to welcome our newest partner to the Steve and Kyle podcast with a product that you're going to want to use pretty much every day, Athletic Greens and their product AG1. So if you want better gut health, more energy, and optimized immune system, maybe you hate taking pills or vitamins on a regular basis and you want a supplement that actually tastes great for once, you can see what the hype is all about with Athletic Greens AG1. It doesn't taste like it's super healthy, which is nice. It kind of has a mild tropical taste that you'll actually look forward to drinking on a regular basis.
With just 1 scoop of AG1, you're going to be absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. It's a special blend of ingredients meant to support your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, energy, recovery, focus, and aging. Literally all the things. It contains less than 1 gram of sugar, Steve. That's it. No GMOs. There's no chemicals, no artificial anything, and it still tastes good. It's going to cost you less than $3 a day. You're investing in your health for that price, and it's cheaper than that nasty cold brew coffee habit that you seem to have every single day. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health.
Yeah, and to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is go to athleticgreens.com/emerging. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/emerging to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
Steve, I have a thing. I haven't even mentioned this to you. And it's been a while since I've asked you about this. So this will be a good segue to ask you as well. Mm-hmm. It's tattoo day for me.
Oh, are you getting a dragon? Some lasers?
Getting a tribal tattoo.
You're getting tribal, of course. Yeah,
and then Chinese lettering.
Some barbed wire.
Yep.
To show that you're hardcore.
Yep. And then
maybe like a Stone Cold Steve Austin tattoo.
No, the smoking skull from his shirt.
Or do you just get Austin 316 across your forehead?
Yeah, and then a can of beer. And then right on my inner thigh is a bitchin' babe.
I mean, that's pretty much what I would have expected. Yeah. So you have lived up to my expectations.
Yeah, I'm getting a whole thing.
Okay.
So I'm talking arm, thigh, leg. So yeah, again, lasers, Stone Cold Steve Austin, a can of beer, a dragon, tribal tattoo, and then a bitchin' babe. In like 7 different spots.
Right.
So it's going to be a long day for me in the old tattoo chair.
Probably also going to get like your favorite sports team's logo saying like 2023 champs.
Yeah.
You can get the viral story about you.
Yeah. I want to have a BuzzFeed article for 6 hours that 80 people read.
This clown got a Seahawks tattoo and said they were going to win the Stanley Cup. They don't even play that sport.
There's no dumber trend than that person who does that, because they know either a local news outlet's going to cover it for a half an hour, or one of the, again, outdated internet outlets is going to cover it. It's got to be Yahoo or MSN or what are some of the other old news outlets that you'd go to online?
Yeah, they're all gone. Doesn't matter.
They are. They've all died. You'd have to, again, search for this news story on Alta Vista.
Alta Vista.
But yeah, it is tattoo day for me. This has been in the making. This will be my first tattoo in about 4 years.
Okay, so let's see. What are you into? No doubt it's going to be some kind of a cartoon character or animated figure that has like lasers in its beard.
Here we go.
Something from like a very tertiary character from a Marvel movie. Like, yeah,
Yeah, I'm getting Wong from Doctor Strange.
Hey, you know who knows that reference now? This guy.
I could talk Marvel with my Marvel guy over here.
What do you want to say? I mean, Wong, you knew that he was going to end up laughing at the end of Doctor Strange because that little seed was planted at the beginning when Dr. Stephen Strange said to him, Wong, do you ever laugh? And I was like, okay, well, let me write this down in my notebook of things that are going to happen in this movie. So you're getting a Wong tattoo on your inner thigh.
Yep. The other thigh from the bitch and babe.
So the bitch and babe will be staring at Wong.
Yeah. Maybe finger guns out of Wong. It seems like...
Well, no, he's got to have a book because he's...
he's a sorcerer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's not the Sorcerer Supreme, though.
No.
He was passed over.
If any of this confuses you, well, you are not enjoying this ride that I am very much enjoying as we make our way through the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Steve, who is now caught up. And I imagine we're, weeks away from you getting your first Marvel... like shirt, maybe a jacket. You know, we walk around with like a Spider-Man hood on your head during the day.
No, see, because I'm still early enough where I don't consider... I haven't fully accepted Spider-Man into the MCU.
Yeah, and I need to apologize already. I forgot. I had the Blu-ray set out. I meant to bring...
Oh, was that my
because
next one?
your next movie is Spider-Man Homecoming. I forgot it at home. I'll make sure I get it to you here at some point this week before you watch it.
Yeah, I'll have to swing by and pick it up.
Pretty sure I'll make it before Friday, which you seem pretty hell-bent on watching every single Friday, no matter what. So.
It is. It's a real struggle sometimes.
But no, you are, you're not too far off, Steve. I will be getting today the fourth tattoo to my collection, a portrait of Calvin and Hobbes.
Calvin and Hobbes.
Yes.
Those guys that were in the newspaper.
The one who's always peeing on your most hated automobile.
I had a Calvin.
You did?
I had a Calvin peeing on like some Japanese import symbol or something because I was all about the red, white, and blue. It ain't cool unless it's made here in the U.S. Side note, most of them aren't even made here in the U.S. But I had Calvin.
But you were that age.
I had like Calvin peeing on the, I don't know, it was like the Japanese Honda emblem or something on my 86 Ford Ranger.
You told them, those fat cats in Tokyo.
Yeah, look at that. Honda's out of business now, right? You never hear from them anymore.
Which was an insane infringement on the trademark rights of Bill Watterson of Calvin Hobbes, who famously never licensed the image, as we found out.
So technically, can you get this tattoo?
I can get the tattoo. Yeah, I don't think that's covered under anything. I technically shouldn't have this shirt that I'm wearing right now, and the same variety of shirt that I wore for 100 straight weeks without you recognizing,
without me noticing.
Which was a good, nice throwback bit.
Not exactly a detail guy with certain things. Okay, so you are getting a Calvin and Hobbes tattoo.
Yes.
Are they? Is it like? Is there one specific Calvin and Hobbes? Like when you picture Calvin and Hobbes, do you picture that one specific like? Because you always see them standing side by side, basically like your shirt with the tiger guy doing like sticking out his tongue. And
this is where I've had not a panic attack this morning, but I don't know if you can. I get a little bit of anxiety about stuff.
Yeah,
I've had this tattoo, the idea pretty much set in stone for not months. This is the first tattoo I ever wanted.
Okay, so this is the Grand Poobah.
But
is this
also
the final?
No, God, no. Okay. I want to turn. I have plans. I want to turn my right forearm into a Spider-Man whole sleeve of artwork.
Okay, all right.
Up to my elbow and then I want to turn my left leg into a horror-based sleeve with horror movie icons. So
a bat.
A bat.
Things that go bump in the night.
Something, just one thing that's going to go bump in the night.
Wait a minute. What was it? A mask,
And
of
a
course.
mask.
A mask. A bat and things that go bump in the
That's
night.
it. They're going to have to figure out how to expand those through the whole leg, though.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's going to look really dumb with just like a row of those three items.
Yeah, and how do you represent things that go bump in the night?
That's a good point.
Maybe just like a candle burning on a table, and then you see like the motion lines in the background that just say bump.
I think that'll fit in. I think that'll look great. Again, the big word behind it, bump. right on my shin.
Hey, what's your tattoo about?
Yeah. Let me tell you. The three staples of every horror movie.
The three pillars of horror.
So this is the one I've had in my... Again, the first one I've wanted. Mm-hmm. And for years put it off based on... I was terrified of tattoos forever. So I got, one that's one color and plain on my forearm.
Yep.
Got just script on my other inner arm. And then a very small... Not very small, but a red balloon... on over my Achilles scar.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is always kind of, it's a lot of color and it's a bigger portrait. And it's going to be, so I'd always been kind of nervous. But Katie has undergone a couple of large tattoos in the last few years in color. And said, you know what? It's my turn. I've got to do it.
Yeah.
Today's the day. And of course, this morning I have the 4-book paperback collection of the Calvin and Hobbes entirety.
Yeah.
Pulled out on my dining room or on my kitchen counter.
Just trying to find the perfect one.
Waffling on the decision I'd made 6 to 8 years ago.
So you've known, it's been in your head for 6 to 8 years exactly what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And you have decided
the morning of
in the 13th hour.
Yeah.
To change it up. I think that's a bad idea.
I haven't decided.
I think it's
a
bad idea. How about?
So I have now lived.
Whoa.
Okay. Oh, no.
Got an idea here.
Okay.
How about your old buddy Steve gets to decide?
Yeah.
Can you pull up the?
Yeah.
Pull up the one that you want, or the one that you have wanted, and the one that you're thinking about. But don't tell me which is which.
Sure. Well, to be fair, this morning I still was considering 3.
Okay.
Well, not considering. Added to the list of something I had already decided.
Sure.
And, okay, here's one image. Here's the second one. And the third one's on my shirt. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to pull up an image of that to show you because I think you can figure it out.
All right, let me get a good look at the one on your shirt.
So it is like you described, Hobbes pulling his cheek, sticking his tongue out, making a face, and Calvin showing his muscles with a grimace like he's being a tough guy. Mm-hmm. I think it's an iconic image of those two together.
Yep.
So there's that. This is an option. There is this as an option. Oops, sorry, I can just beat the crap
leaning
out of
against
that
the tree. Okay, I've definitely seen that one before.
So I would that again. These are all the idea is that it's going to be on my right inner bicep area. Mm-hmm. Going to be hard around all those muscles.
I mean, once you get back to the gym,
But what
it's going to be pretty stretched out.
Is he going to have a bigger issue, or is that bitchin' babe looking at my junk going to be?
With Wong on the other side.
Wong on the other side with a book. And Steve, this would be the third option of them.
Oh, that's
also
cool.
Being relaxed, laying on a tree branch.
Man.
So, do you have any thoughts on what one I have had set in my mind since for 6 to 8 years?
I think you're a traditionalist, so I'm going to say the one that's on your shirt has been the one that's been in your head for 6 to 8 years.
Yeah.
And then the other two would be the newcomers.
Forever, I have wanted a tattoo of Calvin and Hobbes laying on the ground against that tree.
Oh, okay.
That would
have been my second. That would have been my second guess.
And it's undergone modifications in my head. I was going to put a quote kind of in the open air above them.
Right.
I've seen that a lot on tattoos of Calvin and Hobbes. That's now gone away in my head. I've talked about it. I've stressed this. This will be a shock to you. I've stressed so much about this, about the specifics of how I want it to look. Do I want a quote? Do I not want a quote? Mm-hmm. And so as of today, this morning, that idea in my head for 8 to 10 years, however long, has expanded to include the caricature of them making faces and the one of them laying on a tree.
So you're doing both?
Nope, I have to decide.
Okay.
I have 5 hours.
So the one that's on your shirt right now, would that one have any quotes?
No, I think I have decided.
No quote.
For now, no quote.
Quote can be added.
The idea is it can be added. Now,
be
will it ever? No. Why would I schedule an appointment 2 months out to add 4 words? So without getting a quote today, I'm confident saying I will never get one added to it, which is fine.
All right. I personally think you stick with the long-term plans. You stick with the gut.
One of them in the tree is nice.
It is, but is that that one's not as iconic, is it?
No. So this image of them under the tree, both leaning against the tree, arms against over their.
What do they do,
chest.
by the way? Are they just get into hijinks?
It's constant hijinks. Yeah, this is a newspaper comic strip. If for anybody, this is my mistake. Anybody not familiar with Calvin and Hobbes, an iconic 80s and 90s comic strip that appeared that might seem crazy now to anybody too young who listens to this. In the newspaper,
that thing that they throw on the end of your driveway
daily, and then the weekly strip on Sunday was gigantically popular. This was the most popular comic strip in the country for a 10-year run until Bill Watterson himself decided, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done. Has never once licensed Calvin and Hobbes. You can buy the books, but you cannot buy any legal merch or stuffed animals.
So how'd you get that shirt?
So Bill Watterson's been in hiding. Not in hiding, but he's not a public figure. There have been documentaries about him since then. But
did he make millions?
Oh, no question. Okay. Even probably more so after the newspaper run, because those books are just massive.
Yeah.
Massive. And I think we'll eventually see, God forbid, the day that Bill Watterson passes away and his estate and those rights pass on to if he has family.
He was dead.
His family will probably do the wrong thing and sell it for the millions of dollars it's worth, and then you'll see Calvin and Hobbes movies that nobody ever needs.
Marvel will acquire them. What would you do if that happened? Would that be cool?
I'd still be sad because I would like to see it on merch and see it be able. It's hard for these to reach a new audience now. Mm-hmm. If you weren't raised with it or found them early,
dated.
There's not a stuffed animal licensed of Hobbes. There's not an animated show of Calvin and Hobbes. And that's fine because that's not what Bill Watterson wanted. But again, the lore of Calvin and Hobbes is of a certain age range. So this comic strip impacted me, my sense of humor, the way I read, that I learned to like reading. Granted, it was just a comic strip, but in the library in 4th grade, I remember checking out those books, the compendiums of comic strips. There's 10 or 15 of those. Right. Collections. So today's the day that I add Calvin and Hobbes to my arm.
All right, so I'm going to make the decision then?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to stick with it. With your decision here. So it seems like
I think you go with your gut. You go with the one that you've been thinking about for the longest time.
I think you're right.
I do.
I think you're right. I think I'm going to have to stick with the tree. Another thing, and again, this will not surprise you. For the better part of these 8 to 10 years, I have been struggling with where to put this. Because part of me wants it right here. Right on my left forearm.
Yep.
And because this is kind of hidden on your right inner bicep.
Yeah. I heard that's a really painful place to get one.
It can be. I mean, I have some script up there, but that's obviously less complete than a picture. Part of me wants it here because I really like the visibility of it on my left forearm, but I've been kind of saving this spot. I think I want an ace up my sleeve tattoo. Yeah. And then I joined
because you always got an ace up your
always
sleeve.
Got a trick up my sleeve. And also I'm going to join a biker gang.
Sure.
And I think that's the next logical step.
Yeah.
Get a bike, join the gang.
Right. If you have the tattoo, you have to be...
It's straight A to B. So I need something like, the aces or, the dirty aces or something.
Or the sleeves.
Yeah, something that I fit in with and I can, ride my motorcycle in first gear because I don't know how to get into second gear and wobble to a stop outside the bar, forget where my kickstand is.
And just tip over.
And then, so in lieu of getting off it coolly, I just hobble off it over one side and
kind
then
of run next to it.
and then just let it drop into the dirt. And then throw my helmet on top while I go in to get a beer.
because you're that guy that doesn't care.
Don't care. Don't care. Also, don't know how to ride it.
I mean, the bike's just an extension of you. It doesn't matter.
Me undergoing learning how to drive a manual and learning how to drive a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Is it ride or
That's
drive?
Ride. Oh, it's definitely ride. Ride to
Drive
live.
a boat or ride a boat? Fly a boat?
On a boat.
Swim a boat?
We're just on the boat.
On the boat?
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm on the boat.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. I mean, it could be.
I'll put all these options on the poll.
Of course.
What are you doing on a boat? Driving, riding, flying, on.
Good Lord, how have we killed 45 minutes?
Oh, wow, my apologies. But this reminds me, we haven't talked about it in a couple... Boy, it's probably been a year plus, Steve. Mm-hmm. And I forget the specifics. You were considering getting a tattoo yourself, something Evelyn related. Has this brought it back into your mind that you're now interested? Are you waiting for your newborn to make it a more complete photo or a complete tattoo?
I don't know. I still want it, which is a good sign because normally it's I'll think of something and then 3 months later I'll decide, that was a dumb idea. But I still like it. I still like the idea. And I think that Phil Apart,
yes,
a friend of ours on Twitter, I believe he had actually sent me a rendering that I loved.
Oh, okay.
I think he might have DM'd it to us or DM'd it to me. I'll have to check.
Nice, yeah.
I'll have to check and see. Did I ever show that to you?
I don't think so. No, I'm very curious. Now, am I okay in saying I don't think Annette will ever get a tattoo? She's never struck me and she's never once mentioned or seemed curious, right?
I don't think she has like a big desire to get one, but she's not like anti or anything.
Right,
like,
right.
She would. Yeah. I think that if there was something that she really liked, she would get it. But I just don't. I think she's kind of in the same boat that I'm in, where it's like, yeah, I mean, this might be cool, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think maybe she would get one.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely want one. I just don't know if I will ever actually pull the trigger.
Wow. That's a weird, because I think in tattoos, are that way. I think you can kind of go in phases where for a while, I don't think obsessed is not the word, but you think about it and you're like, yeah, that would look cool. I can do that. I'm going to do that. And then 2 weeks later, you've either forgotten about it, or you've tried to schedule. I mean, tattooing is the only industry that can get away with the horrific levels of customer service and response that they actually have. It's the only industry that you go in, you don't know how much it's going to cost, pretty much. You don't know how long it's going to take.
Yep.
And you hope they get it right.
Yep, exactly.
You wouldn't accept that in any other industry, let alone one that is doing something permanently or, semi-permanently to your body.
Yeah. Actually, I was able to go back through my DMs and I found...
pull that thing up on the Tron there.
Yeah. Because, as you know, Evelyn's initials, ELM.
Okay.
Elm.
Yep.
Just like the tree.
Yep. Which is what Annette based the name of the Etsy shop on.
Yes. Elm Kids 921. So I thought that...
that looks great.
Yeah, I had this idea because I like the idea of putting my daughter's initials on me somewhere.
Yes.
So Philip drew a tree, an elm tree.
Yeah.
And then you see the root system, and the roots spell out ELM.
Very nice.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that looks great.
I really liked the idea of that because it's like, your roots, your family, so I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know where I would get it though.
Oh, I know.
Where? Chest? Like Brock Lesnar has the
sword?
The sword?
No, Steve.
Yeah.
Inner thigh. Other side?
Wong. Yeah.
Because you're now a Marvel guy. And again, for some reason, you've become entranced by Wong from Doctor Strange.
He was a good character. I liked him. I liked him a lot.
So that way you'll know, in your heart, and on your inner thigh, you will always carry your daughter, and Wong.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the two things in my life that are most sacred.
What do we need to do?
Maybe
not necessarily today.
For me to get a Wong tattoo on my inner thigh? Quite a bit.
I feel like that's a separate story or a fundraiser. What do we need to do? Maybe it's not today, but in the next week, 2 weeks, what do we need to make happen to get you on this podcast?
Yeah.
To commit to getting that somewhere on your body in the next 6 months?
Probably not a lot.
Okay.
I think that...
do we need to get a tattoo artist locally that maybe listens to the podcast or that somebody may know?
I would love to do that. Side question.
Yeah.
Are you going back to Gator for your tattoo
I called
today?
him up back in prison. You'd never believe it.
Maybe studying to be the lawyer that he
Yep.
did. Because famously, your tattooist who gave you your first tattoo? Second
Very
tattoo?
first tattoo,
Okay.
the Spider-Man logo.
Yeah, he was a gentleman named Gator, and told you while he was tattooing you that he came to a fork in the road where he was either going to do tattoos or be a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And, tattoos won.
Boy, I'd really like to see this. The shingle that Gator would have hung, setting up standard wills and the like, doing probate documents.
Yeah.
Gator.
Yeah.
And then on Saturdays, he's heading to the parlor to get his free time artwork in that it seemed like he hated. And side note, is not very good at.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, Gator was a little bit too busy. His book was just jam-packed for a couple of months. Is there anything that we need to do to maybe push us over the edge or keep it in your mind to get you to guarantee this, that maybe by the end of 2022, you will have that design, something similar, whatever you decide, on your body?
I would bet that once Baby Boy is here, it's going to re-enter my brain on more of a regular basis. But at that point, I'm also going to feel like, well, I gotta
have two.
I gotta have two. Yeah. I gotta get Baby Boy's got to be in there too.
Yeah, somewhere, and maybe you incorporate it or do it next, or maybe opposite sides of whatever. If it's
Inner
your
thigh.
chest or
Well,
inner thigh.
it can't be inner thigh because Wong obviously.
Yeah, I gotta have Wong on the left. So you could do outer leg, maybe butt cheek.
I could do butt cheek. I mean, tramp stamp, obviously.
What would it take to get you to get a butt cheek tattoo?
Of Wong?
I do like the idea. Any hypothetical tattoo that you and I get has to be Wong.
Has to be Wong.
From Doctor Strange.
Oh, man. Oh, God. 4 months ago, me is so confused by this conversation. It would be quite a bit of work for me to.
And I know you said that, obviously, and that's not anti-whatever tattoo. Would that surprise her if you, one, actually went through with it, or two, what I think would be a better way to do it is just come home with it one day?
It would definitely surprise her if I just came home with it.
I think she would like it just
I
because
think she would.
It is your daughter.
Yeah, I don't think that
it would be a nice moment.
Yeah, I don't think it would surprise her that I wanted to get one because I've talked to her about it before.
Right.
If I were to just leave for work one day, come home, but a couple hours late and be like, oh, by the way, check out my inner thigh.
Yeah, check out the inner thigh. Oh, no, not that one. That's Wong. The other side.
The other side, across from that random Asian man.
And also, don't forget, while I was there, finally got the Prince Albert.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of work in Steve's groin section at the parlor.
I mean, I figured, like, hey, while you're down there.
Yeah, well, I'm here, get that long needle out and jam it through there.
Yeah, I think it will happen.
I want to make this.
You want to make
reality.
it happen by the end of 2022.
Because what happens is once you get one, you start. It's in your head like I want to get another one. You have ideas.
Well,
you want to go right back, but
I want to think ahead because I want the two to be like I want it to be a theme.
Yeah,
I want them to kind of blend together almost. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where did now we are out of time. We honestly don't have time to have this discussion, but I want to know, and I think about this because your lovely mother's here.
Yes.
And I love your mother to death. Mm-hmm. Love chatting with her every time she's here. How were your parents about tattoos when you was it You're never getting tattoos in this house, or did they just simply not care?
I don't think it ever came up.
Okay.
I don't think it ever came up. Because I wanted to get one.
Sure.
But by the time I really wanted to get one, I would have been out of the house anyway. So
yeah,
I would have been 18, 19, and
didn't have to answer to anything anyway.
Yeah, it would have been like, oh well, whatever. It's your decision.
Were you an ear pierced guy?
Nope.
Did you want that too when you were like, I want to get this. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I wanted an ear piercing. I also wanted my nose pierced because I remember me and my friend Todd, we were at the mall and we got magnetic earrings. Oh no! And we both put them on our nose.
And you thought it looked cool.
Oh, I thought it looked awesome. I think I had a cross. Jesus.
There's nothing I enjoy more than any possible images from that era. Was that a parent foot down moment? They're like, hey, that you're not getting your ear pierced or your nose pierced?
I think I would have been okay getting my ear pierced. I can't imagine that they would have been cool with me getting my nose pierced.
So that was simply, and you just never did it.
That would have been, yeah, I would have been 13 or something at that time. Like right in the middle of prime rebellion age where it doesn't matter what your parents say, you want to do the direct opposite.
Yep.
I dread those days that are ahead of me.
Sitting in the chair at Claire's, 13-year-old Steve, sweating bullets, gripping the armrest. Yeah. Do it!
While Todd's sitting there cheering me on.
Nose high in the air.
And I look back on that. I can't think of anything that would have been worse. Because I know what I mean, I remember, I can picture me at that age, like bowl haircut, mouthful of braces, terrible skin. Yep. I can't imagine that I would have, like, that wasn't going to improve on my look.
Yeah.
Not saying that I look great now, but I feel like I blend in with the crowd a little bit better.
It would really fit in with that trend of when you find people posting those pictures of how they dressed and acted back then. Like that would fit in perfectly with a then and now thing.
Yeah, yeah. So I had my Stussy shirt on.
Yep.
With baggy jeans.
Yep. Your
Airwalks.
BMX shoes or whatever on.
Yeah.
Talking about Matt Hoffman, to whoever would listen. You get the nose pierced.
He did the 900, man.
You get the nose pierced. You jump out of the chair. You drop trowel. Say, now for that Prince Albert I've been wanting.
By the way, I don't believe anyone ever actually had one of them. That was just one of those things It was just one of those things that went around school. Like, hey, here, Jay got a Prince Albert. No way. Nobody did.
I'll post that on the poll as well. Did anyone ever have a Prince Albert piercing?
I say no.
We need to get to your Marvel movie review this week.
Boy, this one almost didn't happen.
It was tight last night.
I sent you a text last night. It was after 9:00, and I was struggling. My for whatever reason, the Apple TV would not connect.
Yeah,
it was showing that it was on, fully connected to the internet. Network strength was really strong, and for whatever reason, nothing would load.
Yeah,
so I was like, oh well. And at that point, I had been messing with it for an hour. So
and that's late for you.
After I sent that message, something happened, and it just, boop, it connected. So the movie, I think, was 2 hours and 13 minutes or something.
Yeah, but another 2 hour plus.
And I watched an hour and 55 minutes of it last night, and I was like, I was still awake, but I could tell that I was drifting. So I was like, all right, let me put this on pause. I'll watch the rest of it in the morning, which I did. Woke up this morning, finished it, and yeah.
So we'll get to that in a moment. I did want to mention next week, big reason to tune in.
Yeah. What we got?
It is the Steve and Kyle annual Christmas episode.
Right, of course.
As everybody knows.
Cinco de Mayo.
Not the first, not the second, but the third best time to purchase and discuss and start planning your Christmas display and light situation is over Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
That is statistically proven. So next week,
the best time to get the most bang for your buck when it comes to Christmas lights.
Right. So next week, get your Amazon fingers ready. Anybody out there, if you found the hot deal that Steve needs to get,
we'll be revealing our top picks.
That's right.
Each of us revealing our top 20 picks.
Yep.
for Christmas decorations.
For Christmas decor 2022.
Yeah.
We'll get to that next week. So, Steve, I'm hoping, I'm excited. I haven't asked you about this for a while.
Yeah.
For an update, because you are throwing, what's the expression? Throwing the
Caution to the wind?
baby out of the bathtub or something like that?
No,
What's that
you're
term?
tossing the baby out with the bathwater.
Okay, so you're not throwing a baby out of the window or anything?
Well, I mean, I guess technically if you're throwing the water out, you got to throw the baby too.
Yeah, that'd be weird to be able to get just the bath water out.
But I think that the saying is don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Okay, well, in this regard,
Not positive.
we're going to do it. So next week.
Baby, bathwater, everything
Next
is
week.
going in the garbage.
That's right. Steve has promised major changes to the holiday setup for 2022, 2023.
Yeah.
We'll get that update.
Still have a little fine tuning to do to my master plan.
We'll get that update next week. That is the A-bit, and that is a reason to tune in. But
first,
we have to get to this, Steve. Your review, and I've been nervous about a few. I'm not even nervous about this one.
Okay.
Because I knew you're going to hate it.
Okay.
So your review right now is not going to faze me in the slightest.
Okay.
I was nervous about Civil War. I was nervous about Doctor Strange.
And I loved both of them.
Yes.
I was big fans.
I know you hated Guardians. You don't like the space. And
Still, I feel like that was a little strongly worded.
again, let me go back. I have it written down. Guardians of the Galaxy, the official review on March 22nd's episode. The best part about this movie was the music. Seriously, people liked this.
It did have a great soundtrack.
Yeah,
And spoilers,
that is what James Gunn is known for.
Spoilers. This one, Guardians 2, excellent soundtrack.
Peak music choices.
Excellent.
James Gunn bakes the music into his movies. His process he talks about is he writes the movie kind of around the music that he wants in there and knows what he wants. So, Steve, your review, Marvel Cinematic Universe, Phase 3, 2017's Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2.
Boy, I feel like I've started half of my reviews like this, but here it goes. The gang's all back together!
That's right.
And the Guardians were hired to protect batteries from an octopus. Groot's a baby tree now. Gamora's sister is back. Rocket stole the batteries from the gold people. They're pretty pissed. Mm-hmm. Peter's dad, Ego, shows up and wants him to come back to his planet. I like Drax the best so far. Fantastic character.
Such a breath of fresh air.
Taser face? Really? Come on.
So good.
Peter and his dad have a catch with a blue orb. Groot, Rocket, and Yondu join forces, and Yondu kills everyone with his whistling arrow. Gamora and Nebula fight, but both spare each other. Peter's immortal now, he finds out. Ego wants to build 1 million other worlds and populate them with him. Talk about an ego. Ego tells Peter he put the tumor in his mom's head, and all hell breaks loose.
I really thought...
Boy, I thought I had it.
30 seconds.
Okay. They have to blow up Ego from the inside. Groot's just the guy for the job. Nebula saves Gamora. Again, Jesus, this is the most complicated relationship ever. Things aren't looking good. Everyone is getting killed by electricity snakes. Peter finds the strength in a Fleetwood Mac song to break free and bash his dad in the face with rocks. Groot manages to hit the right button, shockingly. They're going to leave Peter behind. The bomb goes off. Ego turns into sand, and Peter is just a regular dude now, no longer immortal. In a surprisingly emotional scene, Yondu sacrifices himself to save Peter. Sly Stallone is there. He's going to get the gang back together and steal some stuff. And that was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Your most concise effort.
I know. I really made it a point to cut out some of the minutia in this one.
So, I didn't love 2 as much as 1 upon rewatching, but I still, man, oh man, sequences that made me laugh out loud.
Drax is a fantastic character.
He's so good. Dave Bautista is, in my mind, the only one who could play that so well that way.
The scene where he is talking to the woman with the Mantis with the antennas.
Didn't make your review.
Did not make the review. No. But a strong character.
Yes. She's fine.
When He says to her that she is ugly,
disgusting, and then he starts fake retching. Right. She says, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm imagining laying with you." Just so insultingly
wonderful
rude.
Scene. Yeah, a wonderful scene when at the end when who is it? When Peter like gives him the whatever the like rocket suit so he can fly out of there, and as he's flying away, he says, "Ow, my nipples!" Everything he says makes me laugh. Yeah, and I actually tweeted, or I didn't tweet. I texted our buddy Rusty.
Oh, the town drunk.
The town drunk. I sent Rusty a text in the middle of the episode or in the middle of the movie last night.
Yeah,
and I simply said to him, "Fine, I'll admit it. I like Drax."
Hey!
And he replies with 3 smiley faces, and he said, "Look who's coming around."
It is skipping out of Mantis. Mantis obviously does end up being very integral to the plot, as she's the only one who can help Ego sleep. Boy, oh boy, they mentioned that 16 times to let you know this is going to come back, just so everybody knows.
Yeah, because she uses her power to put him to sleep just for a little while so they can like break through and try and blow him up.
The sequences with Baby Groot when he's trying to get Rocket and Yondu out of the jail cell, and they're trying to tell him what he needs to take.
Hilarious.
He just comes out with a thumb, and they stare in stunned silence.
Yeah.
Please tell me you had a drawer of thumbs somewhere in there.
No. He comes back one time with like an eyeball.
Yes. And then he says, wait, leave Rocket, who is known for stealing stuff. Wait, leave the eyeball because he'll wake up wondering where his eyeball went tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just the humor in the Guardians movies.
I enjoyed that scene.
Yes.
I think a lot of it is reminiscent of like Family Guy, where the joke just keeps going on and going on and going on.
Right.
To the point where it's almost uncomfortable that it's still going on.
You're right, though. That scene with Yondu at the end. Again, we're talking about a blue alien.
Right.
Saving a genetically modified raccoon and a baby tree and 2 or 3 forms of alien.
And he's gone back and forth with, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy?
Right.
Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Because at the beginning of Guardians 1, you think, okay, he's a good guy because he
brings Peter.
He saved Peter from like, I mean, yes, he abducted him, but he kind of raised him.
Yeah.
But then he's a bad guy, then he's a good guy, then he's a bad guy, then Peter meets his real father, and he's like, oh, this is great, I got my real father. But then you realize his real father is pretty terrible because he just wants to populate the universe with himself.
Yeah.
And then they have to destroy him, and then he goes back and he's like, I'm basically your dad.
Yeah.
I helped raise you. I may not be blood, but I'm I'm still I'm an okay guy. I've never done a good thing in my life.
Yeah.
Never done the right thing in my life. Let me do this. When he's talking to
heartbreaking.
Rocket. Yeah.
Absolutely heartbreaking. I feel like, but you know, I don't want to say anything to maybe influence whatever you're going to say. I kind of think you maybe enjoyed this one more than the first one. But let me get, Steve, your official review for 2017's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
You're right. I enjoyed it more than Guardians 1.
Hey!
It was good. Especially the soundtrack. But I'm definitely more of an Avengers guy than a Guardians guy.
Yeah.
It's almost like they are two completely separate worlds. But yeah, I liked it. Even though there was, heavy on the space.
Well, they're quite literally crashing their spaceship into a living planet that is Kurt Russell.
Yes.
It's hard to pull yourself back to a semblance of reality with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird. Kurt Russell, I thought, played a very good character, a very good ego. Question: Sly Stallone, he's a Ravager, right?
Well, he's a different crew. Yes. So he's essentially not a bad guy. He's a noble of the bad guy. That's why he does not like what Yondu did.
Right.
Him and Yondu kind of are at odds.
Excommunicated him.
Yes.
So now that Yondu's out of the picture, Stallone's going to swing back in and start ravaging planets.
Well, yeah, we don't know. We have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That'll be next year.
Right.
But you will see the Guardians travels throughout the next however many movies.
Yeah.
They make an appearance in the next Thor film.
Okay.
The next 2 Avengers films.
Oh, so those worlds are going to collide.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this thing has been built up, like we talk about 2008's Iron Man, but they continue to add and incorporate into what's already been going on. One thing I noticed, I finally was able to get around to rewatching Doctor Strange, which I had forgotten last week. Mm-hmm. A little tidbit that I had forgotten, and maybe I'm just reading into it incorrectly. When Stephen Strange is taking phone calls in his car about what next high-profile doctor thing he's going to do, he only does cases that are guarantees and will raise his profile. He's a egotistical doctor. Yeah. The assistant on the line mentions the case of someone wearing metal armor crashing into the ground and who is now paralyzed, a reference to Rhodey from Civil War. Yeah. So there's all these loose pieces until, boom, the worlds will collide here in the next 4 or 5 movies. Yeah. This week, you have 2017's the first solo introduction into the Marvel Cinematic Universe of the most beloved Marvel character in history, Spider-Man, with 2017 Spider-Man Homecoming. Mm-hmm. That is on your docket this week. Now, these are near and dear to my heart.
This is your bread and butter.
Yes.
This is why you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean,
outside of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man
family,
movies. Yeah, it's fine.
Whatever. Wife, kid. Yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah. Everyone's got one of them. Yeah.
You know who will never leave me?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Literally, he's on my arm. Get the logo. I can't get rid of it. Be a lot of lasering. Gator went deep.
I was surprised while watching that one last night, though. I was like, okay, I'm kind of into it. It's not something like I will definitely not like that more than I liked any of the Avengers movies. So
right. I mean, we're on a streak, though. I mean, I'm looking back.
What's that, like 4 in a row that I've really given positive reviews to?
5. Yeah, you enjoyed Age of Ultron more. You didn't love Age of Ultron. You said you, quote, really liked it. Avengers 2, Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
You loved Ant-Man.
I loved Ant-Man.
You said at that point, Captain America Civil War may have been your favorite one.
Yep.
And in typical podcast or radio fashion, when we get to the end, you know what your job is, right?
What?
You have to list and rank every single entry in the Marvel Universe.
Well, that's what we're doing. All you have to do is sort by... in that spreadsheet, you just sort by whatever that column is.
Yeah, so I will need you before we rank them, before I run the macros, to tell me how to differentiate one thumb and 9:30 on a clock from I started off hating it, but it wasn't that bad.
No. That's when you sort. That's what that does. It does it automatically.
Got it. Okay, we'll get to that in about 14 weeks. This is officially.
Am I the halfway point?
Over halfway. I'm sorry, you may have been over halfway last week.
Okay.
Next week, though, by the time we're recording next week, the next entry in the Marvel Universe will be in theaters. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
I'm looking forward to that.
That is movie 28.
So chances are, by the time I finish, that movie will be
streaming
out of theaters.
On Disney Plus. It should be on Disney Plus by then.
Okay. Because I want to see some of these
in theaters.
Yeah. And I got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, your next option will probably be, I don't know if you're going to make Thor 4.
That's like July?
Love and Thunder is July.
Okay.
As of now, you'll be reviewing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness on August the 2nd.
Okay.
So you'll be missing... It'll still be in theaters. Mm-hmm. So if you can avoid whatever hoopla and you want to go see Thor, Love and Thunder...
Absolutely.
In theaters and then with your laptop, punch away your notes.
I'm going to have to take notes.
We can do that the second week in August 9. That'll be coming up. But yeah, 28 movies, or 27 now. 28th movie comes out this next week. The Town Drunk Rusty has an idea for maybe me to summarize the Disney TV shows for you.
No, don't care about that.
You're going to have to. There's Hawkeye, there's Falcon, there's Winter Soldier. Like, it's the main characters.
Right. But, look, I need to watch these in the order. I don't want to have any inside information.
Well, it's not inside information if it literally factors into the timeline, you know?
Right, but I don't want any information that I wouldn't have had if I had watched these when they came out.
Right, but you're going to need WandaVision. WandaVision fits in before... If you just go see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness...
Without watching WandaVision?
Without WandaVision, you'll be able to see it and not
How many
be totally
episodes?
able. It's 6.
6 episodes. It's not like a season 1. There's not going to be more.
WandaVision is 1 year.
Okay.
It's going to be 1. Loki is currently 1. They'll come out with a second one probably next year.
Okay.
But there's 6 or 8 episodes. If they're 8 episodes, they're 30 minutes long. If they're 6 episodes, they're probably 40 minutes long.
Okay. All right. Well, we are beyond the halfway point. I've made it further than I thought I would.
And then, boy, after all this, we get the DC universe, and watch the people leave in droves for those reviews. Hey, our thanks to Jeff Green.
Thank you, Jeff Green. Apologies to Will Egan. Apologies to Robert, by the way. Lost him 13 minutes ago. But Will Egan, don't worry. I will make my way over to the to the P.O. Box at some point in the next 6 days before we record again.
Next week, again, the big Christmas episode. And I think what we'll do is maybe not on the podcast, Dave. Why don't you and I next week, let's plan on shooting an extra video of us taste testing the Black Cask Bourbon Tea. We could post it on our social medias next week as well.
Uh-huh.
And we neglected this week. Next week, the big giveaway. Steve's Tools.
The big tool giveaway.
That's a gigantic episode. That's like an anniversary episode. We're giving away tools. We're talking tea. We're talking Christmas. And Steve's
anything goes.
And Steve's 1-minute Marvel movie review of Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yes, emphasis on 1 minute.
He really nailed it.
All right, at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All the polls are up on Twitter at Steve and Kyle. We'll get to those next week. We'll talk to you next week. See you later.